This next testimony from Gary L. Oldham from Round Rock, House District 52, Representative Larry Gonzalez District. Thank you, Chair and Committee, for allowing me to testify. My name is Gary Oldham, and I am a constituent of Representative Larry Gonzalez, and I'm here to testify in opposition to HB 16 because I am immensely concerned about women's health, along with children's health and men's health, and the rejection of science by this body. I've heard much rhetoric that cavalierly rejects the concept of gun safety legislation that uses the illogical argument that criminals and those who want to get guns but can't do so legally will continue to do so. If true, the unconstitutional banning of legal abortion by making safe, legal abortion inaccessible to a vast number of Texas women will not cause it to cease. It will just make it illegal and vastly more dangerous. Science is being routinely rejected by this body as well as by the State Board of Education. The wonderful thing about science is that it's true whether you believe in it or not. Science is not dependent on your belief or mine. It simply is. To reject the collective science and medical wisdom of the American Medical Association, the Centers for Disease Control, and the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists is embarrassing folly. Calling it speculation is an embarrassment to any sentient being. Calling these peer-reviewed findings by the best and brightest of our medical community speculation is the most transparent of desperate political maneuvering. Calling science speculative while supporting one's argument with unverified anecdotal stories would not pass muster in third grade. Once upon a time, mankind believed that the sun revolved around the earth. The church officially believed it. World leaders believed it. The man and woman on the street believed it. Scientists who claimed otherwise became outcasts, were excommunicated, were put on trial for their blasphemy. But none of those rejections by the arrogantly ignorant changed the facts. Rejecting objective facts and science because they conflict with our ideology is the greatest form of ignorance imaginable. Promoting ideologies that conflict with facts, forcing our ideology upon others, and then causing irreparable harm to others is inexcusable and unforgivable. Vote no on HB 16 and protect women's health and rights. HB 16, like HB 60, is merely another effort by the American Legislative Research Council, ALEC, and their state representative to foist legislation that is bad for your average human being, your average constituent, and that benefits corporations and corporate interests. If you are genuinely interested in the health and well-being of Texas women, you will not implement further draconian legislation to make even worse the already onerous restrictions placed upon Texas women. Do the right thing and vote no on HB 16. Thank you. This from Catherine Kennemer Gennett, Austin, Texas. I attended the hearing on Thursday evening for HB 60 and HB 16 and registered to give my testimony. I was unable to give my testimony before the chairman ended the committee meeting. My name is Kelly Gennett. I'm speaking on my own behalf. I'm represented in the Texas House by Elliot Neistat. I'm here to testify against HB 60 and HB 16. It was very easy for me to be here tonight. I live about 1.5 miles from the Capitol. So I'd like to speak in honor of women who live far away from Austin or who do not have the financial means to be here tonight. There are 5.7 million women in Texas between the ages of 15 and 44, the childbearing years. With 700 of us here, we each represent over 8,000 women. 8,000 women with unique stories. I'm humbled by the stories of the women and men in this room, people who have had paths so different than mine. Going forward, we 700 Texans, each representing 8,000 more, will continue to have unique lives. We all have the right to exercise our reproductive freedom. And Mr. Chairman and members of the House, you do not know what is right for me, for them, for our families, or for our health. I've been a patient of my OB-GYN since 2000. He and I have worked through a pregnancy and birth of one of my 3 children. He knows my medical history and has helped me to choose my birth control. I am a grown woman who, after having borne 3 children, knows the very real emotional, financial, and spiritual weight of having that experience. It is hard, quite expensive, and scary at times, and it is intensely personal. You are cordially not invited to share that experience with me. I am a grown woman, a voter, a citizen, and a U.S. constitutionally protected American. You are cordially not invited to treat me as though I am not. You are trying to pass a law to appease voters that make up a tiny sliver of our state's population, the most conservative branch of a conservative party. That is why you have committee meetings on short notice and shut down citizen comments and have follow-up meetings in tiny rooms with no cameras. It is why you didn't attempt to pass these laws abridging the constitutional rights affirmed in Roe v. Wade during the regular session. Lieutenant Governor Dewhurst and Governor Perry have suspended the voting rules during the special session because that is the only way you can pass this legislation. Polls show the majority of Texans do not support you. You game the system politically and use all the tricks because the majority of Americans and Texans and women would not approve of what you are doing. Meanwhile, the 700 here, representing the 5.7 million others, are shining a light on your actions. We will not sit down while you attempt to strip us of our self-determination. We will not be quiet while you pander to the particular views of a minority of Texans who do not want us to make our own decisions and who continually punish poor women for wanting to have control over their reproductive lives. You are going to kill women, moms, sisters, daughters, and friends who will be disenfranchised from safe, available medical care in rural Texas. I came here to champion the rights of all women, of all families, of all economic means, and living in all parts of our very vast state to have what I have, the right to make medical decisions about their reproductive lives. I came here for the birth control, but I am staying here for the fight.